Hello.
We're here. It's the way to another fate or something.
The way to alter fate.
Alter fate. Both are accurate.
That reminds me of a chapter of a book I read once called The Massacre Chapter.
Yeah. You mean the multiple the multiple chapter. Done. The musical chapter. That's a way better. Oh, it's the musical chapter. It's a chapter where there's a big musical at the end and they all come out and sing their solos and they get their swan songs and they get on the spotlight. They all have a great time. Because that's how this arc ends. They all get a big musical number.
I hope so.
Rennie gets to sing about her song existing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like her whole thing. It's very metaphorical. You don't get it. You don't even understand. And we're not flowers from hell. We have to remember this. Very important. I'm pretty excited for more of the greatest arc of all time. The very pixelated looking shadowy figure there.
It does always interest me listening to like anime opening themes, just how like
they have a certain tone to them. What do you mean?
Well, just the like the way they structure out the syllables in the lyrics is so different to the way it works like logically in English.
Okay.
When you as a native English speaker listen to like the band that comes to mind for me is Ginger. They're a Ukrainian metal band.
Okay.
One really interesting thing about them is that they write in English and all of the band speaks pretty good English. Mm-hmm. But because they come from the Ukraine and speak a different language natively, the lyrics are just structured in a way that catches you off guard as an English speaker. And it's so excellent when you hear bands do that because it's something that native speakers struggle really hard to do.
It sounds very tight, but you were also missing Keiichi remembering past world lines. So
I didn't
what's
miss
more
anything.
important? You missed everything. He was like, yo, Renna, you make Ohagi. And she was like, sometimes, maybe. How do you know these things?
What do you mean there's no such thing as a false memory?
There's no such thing as a false memory. It doesn't exist, Baka.
That's a layer of philosophy the original story did not impose on this moment.
Look, I'm okay with that. I'm down for it.
If you forget something, does that mean that part of reality ceases to exist?
As far as I'm concerned, yeah. If everybody forgets something, then yeah, sure, why not?
But what if you remember something different from somebody else? Does that mean that you both experienced it in different universes?
Yes, that's exactly what it means. Experienced it in an alternate world line, and now you're coming together to create the perfect world line and find the Rika Gate. That's the entire point of this show. I don't know if you realize. Renna, are you okay?
I thought you were staring at Shion's ass there for a second.
I mean, well, I wouldn't blame her, but the fact that she just runs up is like, yo, that table, love it. She's dreaming about Rina getting smacked in the face by herself. That's what I'm wondering. I don't quite recall whether we like had her have dreams about Arc 6 or if she just said, I was having murderous thoughts and so I talked to Mion. Like, I don't remember if they use this particular device.
We'll just have to go find a good playthrough to watch and remind ourselves.
It's true. If only one existed. Which they were all burned in the fires of Hinagizawa.
Listen, if you can't bear to watch the show now, you can always subscribe, wait 10 years, and then we will react to ourselves doing it 10 years ago.
It's true. It's true.
And it'll be the greatest cringe fest ever to
exist. It'll be actually awful is the problem. It'll be too awful for the internet. It'll be destroyed. We'll be consumed by it, I hope. She got her little white blobs back in her eyes.
The light re-entered her eyes, Benjamin.
Little white blobs, but they're only in the corners of her eyes. What do you call those? Somebody let us know in the comments. What do you call them? Light blobs.
Ben's like staring at himself in the mirror. He's like, what is that big old pink light blob?
No, the little white light. I know what the pink light is. I know what's that little white light in the corner. What's that doing there? It should be in the middle, surely. It's not.
What? What? What?
Anyway, we're having an emotional moment. Let's continue.
I don't know where Ben's gag ends and his delusion begins.
I dreamed of crucifying Sadako. It was a really weirdly specific method of killing.
That's kind of...
It wasn't just murder. It was like, I crucified you,
at the same
and then I dropped you down a giant hole.
At the same time, though, that's exactly the kind of delirious thing that would come up in dreams.
Right, that is the kind of delirious thing I would say, so...
Wow, you see that symbolism?
Little flower.
It's half full above the line.
I know.
She's got
it's half full.
Exactly.
I like that you literally said half full in an explanation so that you wouldn't need to like clarify it.
Yeah, and then you did anyway.
Efficient. I know, it's efficient, right? Efficiency.
Someone asked in the comments literally minutes ago if they'd made Irie wider in this season of the anime than the first.
I sure hope so. I feel like the coat might be wider, like it's more pronounced when he's wearing the coat. I mean, that is a technique to make him more like likable and relatable and such. If you make a character more like wide and round. It's true. That's how it works.
Oh, I'm just thinking of last year's wide Putin meme.
This is a completely bizarre scene. Takano is just like, let me throw on the cuteness. Just go full ham.
The key has a matching bow to
I know.
Rika. That's so great.
It's great.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's the GIF. I don't think we need to watch any more of this show. I feel like you've seen all that stuff after that. Yeah. Look, she's like a textbook. She's got to spurt it out.
I really would have loved this scene with just like carnival music.
You're just having a great time.
みんな冗談きついな。ねえ、大石さん。
Hey, Oishi. What are you doing there? Oh my god, he's got the dice of fate. Ebony high-grade dice.
Ebony dice. Yo, those are expensive.
They are expensive. But is it more likely to roll 3 triple ones, or is it more likely that Mion will get along with Oishi? Which has the higher chance of occurring? And what about this guy? Whoa! Speaking of low odds, just like there he is. There's the janitor getting hurt, get wrecked. And then he died. Oh, he didn't die. He was sitting up. He's fine.
He died sitting up.
He died how he should, how he lived on his butt.
I love the van being right there. That's so good. Yeah, like it's still moving at a pretty wild pace, but I like that it's kind of choosing its moments to jump forward a bit more intelligently. Yeah. Like the cut from the storehouse to them talking with Irie there was very like typical, I think, but in a good way.
Yeah, for sure.
Like cutting between scenes.
I mean, as I've always said, I don't feel like this show is like winning any awards for its direction, but I do think that, you know, adapting any visual novel really is like, it's such a fucking task.
Yeah.
Try to take like 120 hours and turn it into like 2. You know?
I am almost feeling excited for what they're going to do with the introduction to Arc 8, but I don't want to get myself too hyped in case I'm disappointed. Fluctuation of my funny bone. Oh, that's right.
Because sometimes I'm laughing, sometimes I'm crying. Sometimes I'm in horrible pain because someone just fucking whacked my funny bone.
Are you complaining about a particular recent incident?
No. I'm just talking kind of generally, like, I don't like it when people hit my funny bone.
That is fair enough.
It is painful. Hey, it's everybody's favorite girl, Rina.
I'm glad I'd forgotten about her.
She's about to get her muscles torn into little pieces.
I feel like Rina and her plot arc is like the most disconnected I feel from the narrative.
From the themes. Like, she's not just like narratively disconnected, but also thematically, because even in the like final arc of the show where they're like, everyone gets a happy ending, like Rina always fucking dies. Like it just happens. He's like, I'm here for you no matter what you need, but not for this weekend. Like this weekend specifically cannot be here. Put Teppei in an oil drum. Oh no, the glass is empty.
It's just such an uncomfortable shot of the entire glass stood around the desk.
Staring at her. Like, you should know what's happening, Rika.
This is
not CL.
Oh, it's so weird.
You can't shout at her. She'll murder you with her T-squares. It's true. It's efficient. I agree. Blow up the whole Teppei. It's the only way to be sure.
I'm actually surprised they didn't just have mysterious indoor breeze blowing on Rika and that's still shut there.
Look, that's fine. We gotta keep the tension going up. Oh my god, why would they put an ad there?
What?
Why would they put a break there? The tension is so high.
What if I just put an ad break there?
Oh, please do. Just on this one video. Just like right in the middle. Yeah, chair time. Look, I remember when I watched this being so fucking invested. I was like on the edge of my seat. Like, she's gonna hit him with the chair.
I mean, this is great.
It is. Let him get beat on. I'll stand back here and watch.
Could you imagine if she actually just killed Keiichi and they
just stood there with the same look on her face like, don't worry, he can handle it. He's like twitching on the ground. Like, he can take it. Don't worry. That'd be pretty great. That'd be awful. Okay. Yo, Ren's there to like patch up his wounds. That's ship material is what that is. Oh my god, is that Dad? He exists.
He exists, and he has a headband to match Keiichi's.
Yay.
He's probably been struck over the head by one of his models.
That makes sense to me. All right, now to go back and forth between the Child Consultation Center and the classroom for the next 4 episodes.
Oh, really?
Well, I don't actually think so, but wouldn't that be great if it was?
Nightmarish.
Wouldn't that be great? It would be faithful to the visual novel, which is, of course, what we want. We want authenticity.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, that's the most important thing when adapting a work to something like this.
If the anime isn't 180 hours long, they've failed.
What's the point? What's the point, guys? Let's just auction off Sadako. That makes sense to me.
It's really interesting, like, of all of the moments that they've cut, like, the internal monologue from so far, I feel like that was probably the largest tangible absence this arc.
Yeah, there was a big chunk cut out there of Keiichi, like, working himself up and, like, inspiring everyone.
He literally just goes, I've realized
I need to be inspiring now. It's time. Keiichi powers activate.
I mean, as many complaints as one could have about this anime, like, at least still in the same way as the first season, it's kind of a great way to re-experience it, see the differences.
I mean, it's a good way to re-experience it and think about, like, just the process of adapting such a long piece of work. And also, it's a pretty, like, accessible entry point, I feel. I don't know. Like, I see a lot of discourse around the anime, and, like, you should never watch it. Some people are like, yeah, it's pretty good. I still feel like if you have someone who's like, I will never read a visual novel, I have never read a visual novel, then, like, watching this show for all its flaws, I think is still, like, fine.
Yeah.
So
it'll definitely be interesting to see how particularly Go handles being an introduction point. Because, like, even though, as far as I know, that sounds like a terrible idea, that's still going to be a lot of people's experience.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. Look, I've seen forum posts, and we'll definitely, when we watch Go, eventually, we'll talk about this, but, like, there are some crazy people who are like, I don't understand what's going on. Could someone please explain this? And then there's 2 camps of people. One who's like, let me explain to you the plot of Higurashi. And the other camp that's like, I don't think I should. You should go watch the original series. Like, yeah, it's a tough sell, unfortunately.
We'll, I guess, see you next time.
See you next time. Enjoy.